How you feel today after my conversation? How you feel?
Um, Encouraged that some people are seeing what's really being done. Uh, what's beautiful about this movement here, this motion to feed people, is it comes from the very roots of what's going on. And I've always had questions about this area. How many people here really don't have the ability to, maybe they're below the poverty line, you know what I mean? And maybe other people just kind of sweep them under the rug. You know, like students at school, they just don't get noticed, although there are many who try and do. But this is a crowd you should notice. I mean, this is something you need to know about your community. What better time to know in Strife, who has come out of nowhere, out of a dark forest, so to speak, and said, listen, we're not interested in numbers. We're not interested in this cause or that cause. We just want people to eat. We just want them to eat. And may I say this, for some folks, you know, it's not easy coming up to a table and saying, yeah, our family budget is broken. There doesn't seem to be any light in sight. And I need this kind of help. And all right, you're not selling the food. You need money to give for the gas because no one will do business with you unless you pay for that gas. And this is the kind of thing going on. So it's tough for a person to say, I have a family of X amount of people, and we're struggling. And yes, we have a date on the calendar, but you know what? I don't want to see anybody in my family just with that sad face and going hungry. So that's why this motion right here to get them fed. Well, people should know about that. You can't sweep this under the rug. You've got to pay attention, you know, and nobody's looking for a medal. Nobody's looking for like, oh, wow, you know, let's get this here or get that there. That's not the aim of the game. It's not a game. That's the problem. So, you know, those of you out there, you drive by here and you see what's going on and you've got some trouble with putting it on the table, even though the stores may be opening again. Oh, a lot of people still not out on the workforce yet. You know, come by. You know, while we can do this, and they're trying hard to keep it up, and they don't have a big budget, you know. It's right, the sweat off the back and staying up and at it and making sure all the connections are there, and there's nobody around saying, oh, well, you know, we'll drop this much on you and drop that much on you. We want to do it because it's the right thing to do. So there you go. To be honest with you, you know, if you're saying other stuff, yeah, I've seen depression. You know, if you were to ask me these questions some weeks ago, when this stuff was trickling in, and we were fighting to keep it, you know, consistent, fighting for it, and yeah, you got folks that, you know, they've never been in a situation where it's like you feel helpless. You can't do anything about it. You're able to work. You know the businesses could be there, but it's what it is. Nobody wants to get sick either. So you've come to the saturation point, you know, where you got to turn this way or that way. And yeah, you could see it on their faces. No kidding around, you know. And I used to love because the little kids would come around too, and you know, not to get hokey, but you open the box and a little kid looks in there and, ho, there's some candy in there too? And they jump up and down like they're on a pogo stick. And it makes you want to cry.
If you want to send a message to the elected officials or people that should represent this community, what do you want to say?
Go with what your mom and dad are doing. They really have your best interest at heart. And you know, there's no rehearsal for this. This has not really happened to the country before. I mean, the last time they had a pandemic, a real bad, you know, virus, was over 100 years ago. Your parents really care about you. And anything that they're willing to swallow, like their pride or buying something for themselves or, you know, trying to get their dreams done, I've seen it here. The kids came first. The kids actually came first. And when that happens, you've given a message to the generations that follow you. So when it comes down to that, grandkids, kids, siblings, maybe you're the oldest in the family and you've taken that lead to do something for the family, to help the parents. You're learning something here. And if we could all do this together without criticism, without gamesmanship, without one-upmanship, and maybe someone might say, hey, you know what? This is something worth working for. This is something worth doing. So do it, you know. they're not going to give up here. As long as there are lines like I see today, they're going to keep on hammering away. Whether or not they get somebody to help them or not, it's what's in here that's driving them. Amen, man.
Amen. Amen. Patrick.